This is Two Wrongs Don't Make a Good Podcast.
I mean, seriously, who keeps giving these a-holes microphones?
We're here.
We did it.
We took 2 weeks off. Not each, like concurrently.
How amazing would that be, though?
If we'd each gotten 2 weeks
Yeah,
off?
we'd come back, no bags under our eyes, just so rested.
This podcast is not doing nearly well enough for us to each get that kind of time off.
I don't even think I'll get that kind of time off in the entire year.
I had 5 days. You had 3?
Yeah.
That's about where we stand in this company.
Exactly.
How was your... you had the most bizarre trip home.
I really did.
So you worked Boxing Day.
I did. So I worked Boxing Day until 5 p.m.
6 p.m. Or no, 4 p.m. Only 4 p.m. Alberta time.
Yes.
Yes.
5 p.m. Regina time.
Yeah.
My flight was at 7:15.
Right.
So I got out of here, got to the airport, got through security in 6 minutes.
Yeah, I tried to tell you that day, but security here is like
And
they
I've-
do a good job. There's no bombs on the planes, but it's not busy.
Well, if there are bombs on the planes, they don't go off, which is good.
Typical Saskatchewan bombs don't even work.
Oh, come on.
We're both on a list now.
These bombs are always begging for money on the streets. They don't work. So yeah, I got on the plane, went home, and then my family was like, "Hey, good to see you. We're all tired. Good night." And so I was just like sitting in my former living room.
Right.
My little brother's downstairs playing Overwatch because I don't know. Okay, actually, it was really weird with my brother. So I get home and he goes, "Hey, do you want to play Smash Bros?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to play Smash Bros." He's like, "Cool, I'll set up the GameCube." And then I ate dinner and like my family and I opened presents and stuff.
Right.
Then I went downstairs to go see my little brother, and he was playing Overwatch. And I was like,
You took too long.
I guess. Like, I was like, so you're playing for the night? And he was like, yeah, I got a tournament. And I was like, cool. I guess.
Yeah, because your brother is like a competitive. For those that don't know, Overwatch is a shooter game, sort of a spiritual successor to Team Fortress. From the people who made World of Warcraft, like it's Blizzard.
Yeah, and it's a fun game.
It's awesome. It's my favorite game right now.
It's great.
I'm not as good as your brother.
No,
apparently.
he's in the level just under where you get paid to play a video game.
Imagine that life.
Oh God!
Like our life is pretty stupid. We get paid to talk, play music, and sometimes make goofy videos.
True.
Your brother has a chance to surpass that in terms of why are you making money at what you do?
It's absolutely true. Like, it is a very weird thing to even consider. Like,
you might not have the most ludicrous career in your family.
And the worst part is my brother's way smarter than I am.
Like, could do more.
Could absolutely be a doctor or a lawyer or like a really successful business owner.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to be a doctor. He can be a healer.
Exactly. Sick Overwatch joke.
Thank you.
Yeah. How was your Christmas?
It was good. We had a lot of people in our house. We have, this nice little 3-level, 2-bedroom townhouse condo-y kind of thing, which is already fairly full with like me and my wife and the 2 kids. And then over the holidays, we also had my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law, and my brother-in-law. So now we had 8 people living in the house, which the nice thing about it was we have a basement. The brother-in-law, sister-in-law, all the in-laws.
You can lock them down there.
No, well, I tried the locks from the inside,
Right,
so
okay.
we had to let them out. All the in-laws were staying in the basement. So it was kind of this thing where it was like, man, my house is super full. But at the same time, we'd all just sort of congregate on the main floor. So if I ever wanted to get away, or if I had work to do, like my studio is upstairs. If they wanted to go do something, they all just went downstairs. So it was like my house was super full, but it didn't feel uncomfortable. Plus, they're all good people. Like,
yeah, they're great people. I met them on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they're
awesome.
some of the nicest folks of my extended, very extended family.
Yeah.
So that made it easy, and it's always nice to have somebody else who can watch the kids when you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for a dart, and everybody leave me alone for like 7 minutes.
That's true.
Yeah.
You introduced me to something on New Year's.
What's that?
The HQ.
Oh, HQ trivia.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed.
It's such a great idea that's so poorly done right
and
now.
so terrifying, though. So if you don't know what HQ trivia is, basically It's a trivia app on your phone,
Right.
And there are games every day at 2 and 8.
Well, it's like, weekday,
like our time.
Weekdays at 2 and 8 Saskatchewan time. It's like 3 and 9 Eastern time, which is most people's frame of reference. And then on weekends, it's just 9 o'clock at night Eastern time.
Yeah, and so it's a trivia game that's live hosted by a comedian who flounders, and it's hilarious.
Hardest job in the world.
Yeah,
like I don't know. I need to see him in another context. Like I need to see him doing stand-up or in an interview or in a movie to see if I'm like, okay, that guy's actually funny, because as much as what we do can be tough live radio or even recorded podcasts, that guy, there were 750,000 different people logged in and watching this guy on New Year's Eve when the game then didn't work.
It was so fun. He's like, "Hi everyone, welcome to HQ. Let's get started. First question, what is this?"
Yeah.
And then he was like, "All right, 10 seconds remain.
Waiting for the answer.
Where's the answer?
Where's
okay.
the clock?
How's everyone doing tonight? We got this. Okay, here's the answer. I'm just going to give it to you. That one's free. Second question, what's this?
Still not working.
Okay, we're going to go."
Yeah, so like, I want to mock him because it was a dumpster fire of a performance. But I don't know that I would have probably been significantly worse under the same situation.
I would have just walked out of frame. Like, just like, all right.
No.
Well, I'll be back when it works.
This is stupid.
Yeah, and it should be said that they upped the prize that night. So you're usually playing for $2,000.
A share of $2,000.
Because there are 12 questions. Whoever makes it to the end gets their share.
Yeah. I saw a clip, and this was from one of the $2,000 shows, of a woman who was so overwhelmed that she even made it to the last question that she was already pretty much in tears. And then she got it right. Oh. She started screaming and yelling and crying and hooting and hollering, losing her mind. She was laying on the ground at one point when the notification popped up and told her that she had won $11.30. And you would think at that point you'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat embarrassed. No, double down. I won $11. I won $11. Like, what is happening? Why are you this excited?
I think like I've spent $11 on like really trivial shit in the last 2 days. Like
I bought, I was about to say their name, but they don't give me any money. I had to pay them.
Yeah.
That's the point of this story. I bought fast food on the way into the building today. Cost me $11.70.
Ugh.
I could have won her share of HQ and still had to pay money.
I've spent $11 on photography equipment just so I can send all my friends nice photos of my middle finger. Because I'm really excited to do that. I bought frames.
Such a great plan.
And it's just going to be like a nice shot picture of my middle finger. Might have my face in the background. Just
that kind of dumb smile you do sometimes. Yeah, there you go. That should
my
be your
goodness.
Your new profile
If you're listening
picture.
to this podcast, you have no idea what's happening.
He's giving the finger and making weird faces.
Yes,
That's
towards the cameras, which film this for Facebook.
And YouTube.
Yeah.
So anyway, people are obsessed with this game.
It's great.
Yeah.
But it's terrifying. Because you've seen Kingsman: The Secret Service?
Is that the second one?
The first one.
I've seen the first one.
Okay,
yes.
so spoiler alert for Kingsman: The Secret Service. It's been long enough. We're okay.
I'd say you're good.
Towards the end of the movie, well, actually, basis of the movie, everyone gets these little Wi-Fi chips implanted in their neck, and everyone has free internet all the time, and it's great.
No, it's everybody gets a SIM card for their phone that gives them free phone use, Wi-Fi, phone, all that.
Oh, yes.
It's only
it's
like these high-level government officials who are
the
in on
upper
this
echelon.
conspiracy that get the neck thing.
Okay,
yeah.
fair. So everyone gets the SIM card into their phone, and then they blow it up, and people die.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of people die.
A lot of people die, and that was the whole like conspiracy or idea was to blow up these phones.
They glazed over that in the movie. Like they emitted a frequency through these free chips that now everyone on the planet had that turned everyone into like a psychopathic rage monster, and people started beating the shit out of each other. And then in the end, the good guys save the day by blowing up the heads of all the bad guys.
Right.
With the thing in their neck. But the movie really is like, all right, the good guys did it. The world is safe again, and completely ignores that in the time span between every human being on the planet turning into a psycho to them saving the day is more than long enough for there to have been millions of casualties. And I haven't seen the second Kingsman.
Right, me neither.
I'm really hoping that they address that. Like, even just the throwaway, like, hey, man, remember when, like, 8.9 million people died last time we had an adventure? Anyway, on to the new one.
To America.
Right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was... That kind of almost took me out of it. Like, it was such a cool movie, and then at the end, I was just like...
It was...
Man, a lot of fucking people just died. And everyone's...
Exactly.
Like, that guy's going to have sex with a princess. That's a thing that happens, too.
Butt sex.
In the butt, yes.
In the bum.
Was, that
Anyways.
was her promise.
So that's what scares me about it, is it's just like, okay, I'm live watching this guy... There are like almost 1 million people watching this guy do trivia.
Right.
Like, it's literally trivial. It's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. And then he's in our homes. It's just scary that there may be some application of that technology that we don't know about.
Right.
They could be watching us.
Maybe.
Which is possible.
I've always subscribed to the theory, because you get it a lot from people that are, they say like, oh, the government is spying on you with your webcam and your Facebook and your cell phone. And you have people that put tape over their computer camera before they go to bed at night. And I always thought, like, if, and I'm not saying it's not possible, but if the government is using any of that equipment to spy on me, I feel really bad for the guy who's got to watch it.
Like, oh man, I'm so sorry that you see this face all day. Like,
my life isn't that exciting.
just like the multiple chin,
Like,
lower angle.
Your Instagram worst nightmare.
Yeah,
angle.
exactly. Like when you
At
accidentally
all
open
times.
Snapchat and you're like, oh, I know.
Yeah, when you get the selfie camera when
Yeah.
you're trying to take a picture of something else, and then you just get hit with
Yeah.
a dose of your own face.
I will say though, I got a Mac over Christmas. It's not like a nice one. It's early 2008.
Right.
It's basically useless.
Right.
But I stole it from my family because I was like, hey, maybe I'll do something with this someday. It could be cool even just as a monitor.
Sure.
And it has a built-in webcam. And I did put tape over the webcam because, firstly, I know I'm never going to use it.
Right.
And secondly, it faces my bed.
Right.
And I'm just like, it's weirder for them to watch me sleeping than it is for them to watch me, like, making weird faces all day.
Well, I mean, the good news for you is that the only thing they're going to see in your bed is you sleeping.
It wouldn't hurt so bad if it wasn't the truth.
Hurtful but accurate is the phrase. I'm just excited though, because I remember on the Xbox 360. Do you remember the old game 1 vs. 100? It was hosted by Bob Saget, and this
No.
you may have been too young, because I think this was late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't.
The premise of this game show was that there would be 100 people, or 101 people, however it worked.
Sure.
One person would get pulled out to be the competitor, and then the other people in the crowd were the 100. And I don't remember exactly how it worked, but they competed against each other in trivia. Well, they took that and they turned it into a live game on Xbox 360 that you would play over the network. And I think they gave away very trivial things like,
Right.
you know, online subscription to Xbox Live or whatever it was. But I remember sitting there. I remember getting to play. Basically how it worked for the Xbox was one player out of the thousands that were logged in got to be the one. And then 100 more random people got to be the 100. And then everybody else was the audience. And you could still play along. Like, they had to give you some reason to stay if you weren't in the game.
Right.
But it was just for fun. And never got to be the one. I did get to be in the 100 one time. And I thought it was just the fucking coolest thing in the world that out of all these people online, I got to be part of the game. So now, fast forward all these years to, it doesn't matter who you are part of the game, and you can win even trivial sums of money.
Yeah, like $18 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
it's still very cool, interactive entertainment, totally free to play. I'm sure it'll be riddled with advertising at some point. But for now, you open the app, You play the game. When you are eliminated or you win or you're just bored, you close it and it's out of your life. And I think that's so awesome.
I will say, so I was at home yesterday, it was the day before yesterday. There were no games yesterday.
For some reason, yeah.
I think they basically tweeted like, "Hey, our servers suck. We're gonna skip games today so that the servers don't suck tomorrow."
Yay!
Which is fine.
Yep.
And so I was waiting to play on Monday. Monday? What day is it? I don't even know. Yeah, Monday.
Today is Wednesday, sir.
Today is Wednesday, so we got this. I was waiting to play on Monday. I was like sitting at home, 2 o'clock's about to roll around, and I know it's supposed to notify you. And so I log on at what my phone says is 1:59, and it's like, the game's already started. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I missed this one. That kind of sucks. So I closed out of the app, and I go back to my movie. 5 minutes later, it notifies me and says, the game is on now. And then I click on it, and it's like, you can watch. I was like, dude, that is mean.
The game has already started, but you are more than welcome to watch someone else have some fun.
I wanted my $22.17. Come on, man. That's garbage.
It's one of those things, like, do you ever watch Jeopardy when it's on TV?
When I want to seem smart, yes.
Yeah, and you sit at home and you answer the questions, and if you get them right, you feel like a badass, but there's no actual prize for it.
Yeah.
You just know that you got a question right under no pressure circumstances.
And you can call the person who didn't get it right an idiot.
Even though they're infinitely and definitively smarter than you are. This is that, but you actually, there's consequences, both positive and negative, right? Like, I got a question wrong in one of the Monday games, and I was like, well, fuck, that was dumb. I should have got that right.
Yeah.
And then I was done. And you're eliminated. And you can, again, sit there and watch other people have fun. Or you just close it and you go back to your life and everything's fine.
Yeah.
But it was also the New Year's one. I made it to, there's 12 questions. I made it to question 8.
Something like that, yeah.
And even though I got it wrong, like, I was out of 750,000 people, I was in the top 50, 50,000, not top 50, top 50,000.
That would be amazing. Those would be some hard questions.
No kidding. But I felt pretty good. I was like, yeah, I haven't hit my head as many times as I thought.
It's a pretty cool game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just scary to know the sort of implications of this technology. If
still
any,
weirds you out.
It feels like the Hunger Games. Like, it feels like like if they had just like gone into the day-to-day lives of somebody in the Capitol in the Hunger Games, which if you've never seen it or read it, is basically the center of all greed. Right. And it's like futuristic, like 25 years from now.
Sure.
Like, everyone has big colored hair and long fingernails, and they're all just, so like upper class. And that's how it feels to me. It just has that odd vibe of like, I don't really trust it. I'm still going to play it, and I still have fun. Like, it's on in half an hour, and we are going to be playing it.
100%.
But it freaks me out a bit.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't think so. The one thing I think I can put you at ease with this, before worrying about whether or not this technology can pry into or somehow invade your life, keep in mind that they can barely make it work as a trivia game.
That's the truth. Yeah. He is just floundering, doing his absolute best. Yeah. It's kind of adorable, honestly.
If you're listening to this or watching this and you want to play, it's a free download. It was iPhone only. Now it's on Android. That's how we're playing. And if you use our referral codes...
Oh, yes.
I'm Dalby, D-A-L-B-Y.
I'm Britt Jones, B-R-I-T-T-J-O-N-E-S.
And if you use... you can only use one of ours, so you have to decide who your favorite is, and we will judge based on who gets the most hearts.
It's going to be Dalby, and I'm going to cry myself to sleep.
It's just easier to type.
It really is.
Faster.
It's half the length.
But yeah, you can use a referral code to get what's called extra lives, so that when you do inevitably get a question wrong, you're not immediately eliminated from the game. You get sort of one safety net.
Look at us using our podcast for personal gain.
I mean, hey, if one of us can win $11.30, then this podcast will finally be profitable.
It will have turned a profit, thank goodness.
And then we could afford, proper memorial services.
Yeah, burial.
For our good friend Theo Waite, who once again... passed away this
dude
week.
Keeps dying, man.
It's such a shame. He's such a nice guy, but he's just such a bad run of luck, and especially over the holidays.
Yeah, so clumsy.
He was at home playing HQ Trivia when a small laser came through his cell phone camera, Fried his brain.
Oh my God.
I
knew
know.
it.
It's such a.
I just.
It really does confirm every fear you've ever had.
It really does. So just a quick moment of silence for Theo. Okay, well, that's been Two Wrongs Don't Make a Good Podcast.
I'm Dalby.
I'm Britt.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Two Wrongs Don't Make a Good Podcast. New episodes every Thursday on your favorite podcast app.
The video version is available at facebook.com/thewolfrocks every Friday.
Yeah, so I'm going to go now and make sure those two idiots don't get into trouble. Bye.